YouTube, I'm Dogachu, and today my community can finally say they have won. Now you see, for a while now, they've been trying to get me into Warhammer. Not sure why, totally not because I already have, you might say, a small hobby related to mechas already, you know? Totally doesn't drain my wallet already, don't worry about that. And every time they failed, I never gave in. I kept saying, guys, my money is already being drained by Gundam. It's already flying away. I've been told that Warhammer is a money-sinking hobby if you get into the miniatures and into the painting. I'm not gonna commit. I'm not looking. I don't perceive. But you see, every time I build Gundam on stream, or if I talked about Gundam, or if I did anything related to mechas, the question was there. Will I get into Warhammer? Will I ever give it a chance? And I guess today they can finally say they've done it. I got convinced to watch a video about the lore of Warhammer, get sucked in, and who knows, maybe you got me. Either way, I hope you guys liked the video. We're reacting to 40k? Yes, I know nothing about this, aside from Emperor is great. The little fins on your head stands for your age, and that Space Marines are sick nasty, and that Tyranids are sick and nasty as well. They're not good, but I think Tyranids look fucking sick. That's all I know. Oh, and there's floating babies. Forgot what those are. And you have the Templars. Templars. Yeah, you have those guys. Aside from that, I know nothing.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium exists the Empire of Man.
Louder, please. How loud do you want it? Louder? Oh, did I make it too quiet?
Of many devoted forces, gigantic robot
Is that better?
knights, religious machine cultists, and incredibly heavily armored women, most likely with sweltering abs.
Okay.
And one must know what those abs taste like.
Okay, here we go.
The age of knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun. That's
what people call my ass. Sorry. I'm already making dumb jokes.
Roughly 60 million years ago, there existed aliens.
Nice.
And these aliens lived
Love
short,
aliens.
painful lives. They belonged to
like me.
radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necron-tier, looked up to the stars.
Man, this is my face when, like, I say something to you guys and you guys don't listen. Like, I'm just sitting here like, oh, come on, guys. Why are you guys not listening? Am I talking to a wall? Goddamn. And this is you guys' face when I tell you random fun facts about your body.
And found extreme beings of real power. Beings with the ability to create life. The old ones of the galaxy. They asked these old ones for help. Please cure us of our ailments. To which the old ones said, piss off. So the Necron-tier gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared war upon these old beings and were promptly retreated into the dirt back to their short, painful lives. In the world of Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know.
Looks nice. You know, I would want to live there.
A place where dead souls end up. This place has many names. The Empyrean, the Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether.
I'm pausing real quick. I've heard one of those terms before. I think you guys mentioned it before. I think the Imperium you guys mentioned before. Imperium is different. Ah, that's it. Oh, that's the Imperium. Oh, it just sounds the same. So you have the Imperium and the Imperium. Okay. Two different places. I need to not f that up again.
Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether. But mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I
have another question, sorry. Why are there so many names for it?
Call it the Warp. While
sorry, I went to... You have like 4 different names for it. Why are there 4 different names for it? Is it just like, depending on which fraction you're looking at, they call it differently? Different races have different stories. Ah, it's just like we as humans. Oh my god. So it's relatable.
Ether, but mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I know of hell as a place of horrors and punishment.
That's where I'm gonna be, and like, when I die, that's where I'm gonna go.
It's energy, but the kind of energy formed from thought and soul, psychic energy, where the dead souls of people end up in a place that is impossible to understand. No laws of reality exist. Like, time is merely a suggestion, and it is not something that can be braved easily. The warp.
Never mind, I don't want to go there.
The ocean in a pirate movie. To jump from your ship would be certain death. To stay in the sea for too long on your boat could drive a man mad. And there are many dangerous things lurking in those depths. Yet,
never mind, I don't want to go there.
Evil. It simply is. Mostly. There are more malevolent beings in those waters, areas that you do not sail towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos,
but like,
exists in the warp.
Not gonna
as a
lie.
special area
Hey, they look pretty sick though.
Chaos exists in be known.
They look like that guy in the middle. He looks sick. I don't know what he is. Is that a... Wait, guys, pause. Is that who I think it is? What is this called again? A bug? What do you call these again? Because I think I've seen figures of these before, like little minifigures. I just forgot what they're called. I think these look sick as well. Is that a fucking bird creature? That's a daemon? Oh. Drainwell chest, it floats in the sea. Ah! Merely floats on the surface of the warp. So you mean like you have the warp and then on top of that they kind of like float? He's probably gonna explain it.
As the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos exists in the warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods. Korn, the god of combat, murder,
oh my god,
and with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change, mystery, and deceit. A confusing.
You look kind of sick, but also kind of scary at the same time.
And Nurgle, god.
Nurgle, I've heard about this one before.
Genshin Impact. All things
that too.
rot in the end. And Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms. These gods
finally someone is waiting for me. Oh my god.
Warp, sending their many followers against each other in the great game to be the most powerful of all the gods. So the warp exists. Hell is real, parallel to our galaxy, with the realm of chaos and its gods fighting for control. But there are also gods of real space, gods of the normal world too. They're called Catan, and they
that one. I know that one.
God stays in heaven because
that one. I'm gonna pause back again. I've seen Warhammer figures of this one. So the Catan, I already think they look sick just because of the green and their tail. Like that tail looks sick. It kind of looks like a spine.
And they eat stars.
Boy dragon? Oh. Boy dragon.
God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created.
These star gods saw the plight of our poor Necron-tier and how the old ones cast them aside and said, you know what? You guys want immortality? Oh, we will make it happen. We are the gods of the tangible, of real space. We can give you a cure. So then they ate all their souls.
I was about to say, like, no way he gives you immortality without, like, you know, a, what do you call it again? There's a catch! Like, no way you give someone immortality without a catch. Like, no way.
They ate all their souls.
Price to pay, yeah, that too. Yeah.
And turned them into robotic automaton, feasting on their souls and leaving a
nice.
Hollow shell.
These ones look sick.
Left that is technically immortal. With the power
a mecha in green? Hell yeah.
Souls, they turned their new robotic slaves on the old ones and hunted them to extinction. The Necron-tier, now the soulless, undying Necrons, got their wish at the price of their souls. But we can count the number of kind gods on an amputated hand. With time, the selfish star gods turned on each other, fighting one another for more chances at glory and power. With this, the leader of the Necrons, Zarek, the Silent King, the man who doomed his species when he accepted this deal, waited, planned, bide his time until he seized the perfect moment and turned his legions of undead citizens against the star gods. Gods cannot be killed, but they can be broken. So Zarek broke the star gods into thousands of pieces and locked them away in vaults, taking their free will away as they did to them, and sealed them away as Basically Pokemon to be used as weapons in the future.
Okay.
It's Pikachu!
It's the Void Dragon.
Xeric
God
them
damn
with a
it! I swear. Okay, the jokes do make it easier to understand. But also, that is pretty sick of the Necrons that they did that. Like, you are like, oh, those gods, you know what? We can destroy them, but what if I just break them down into little pieces? What if I just do that?
perfect memory, exiled himself for his sins, flying out to the darkness between galaxies to atone for what he had done. This entire situation, the genocide of the Old Ones and the rebellion of Xeric, will go down in history as the War in Heaven. It is the most brutal war the galaxy has ever seen and ever will see. This was a conflict that took an entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against gods that ate stars. The Necrons, rather crippled from,
That's pretty sick. That sounds cool.
decide to go to sleep in gigantic
Like, it
tomb
isn't
worlds
cool,
on various
you know, it isn't cool because a lot of people and species died and everything. But it sounds cool as in, like, a cool fight, you know? Does it make sense? So if I understand it right, the gods are gone or, like locked up, and the Necrons have won.
Ever will see. This was a conflict that took an entire galaxy-spanning species and pitted them against
I do think
gods that
Necrons
ate
look fucking sick.
stars. The Necrons, rather crippled from, you know, the war in heaven, decide to go to sleep in gigantic tomb worlds on various planets until the upstart species of the galaxy died out. And
You know what? That makes
so
sense.
turns
Neps
out
are
when you have
important.
a war that lasts tens, hundreds of thousands of years and involves the genociding of multiple species, the old ones of the galaxy, and the consumption of souls from an entire race, the warp gets a little wacky. You know, if you have a kiddie pool,
That
and it
makes
was
sense.
nice and calm,
You know, it's a lot of
Korn is
souls.
over there splashing about, so you don't really go in that direction. Nurgle has explosive diarrhea, so you don't really go in that direction either. But you can still kind of get in the pool. The pool's still fine. Turns out, when you add a couple trillion souls to that kiddie pool, it'll make the waves a little more turbulent. And
That makes
turns out
sense.
A lot of them like to pick a side: Nurgle, Tzeentch, or Korn. So the ones
Every time he says corn, I just want to do like the
warp, the once relaxing kiddie pool, has now been bloated. A million years of war will
Nice.
certainly make Korn, god of murder and slaughter, more powerful. A
That makes
million years
sense,
of
yeah.
war will probably make Tzeentch, god of deception and change, a little more powerful. And good god, a million years of war will make Nurgle, god of decay, oh, just the tiniest bit more powerful. Now,
Just a little
entering
bit.
that kiddie pool is no longer fun, it's dangerous. The warp is now a problem. Hell is resembling hell a lot closer to what we imagined it originally. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined. So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
Nice. That's nice. You know, involving yourself in other problems. Hell yeah.
The Eldar are space elves. They have a lot of the traits that
Okay,
you probably
head on. Pause. Oh my god. Wait, space elves? I already like them.
think of when you think of elves: tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit
come
stronger on
on. Call me out.
the emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life, and when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the orcs.
Better
but,
late than never.
they're
They're
busy
the orcs! Brad, you talked about that one.
The Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful race, so they were really adept at being able to handle the new turbulent warp of
I did not expect that. Oh my god.
chaos and good at killing Necrons, hence why they went to sleep. Being psychically gifted
makes sense.
is basically like being a wizard, but you get your
Hell yeah,
wizard
casting
powers
spells?
from hell. This is called being a psyker. And basically, if you want to do cool wizard shit like lightning from your hands or reading someone's mind, you can do that, but you siphon the energy to do that from the warp. Luckily,
Of course, there's a catch.
The Eldar are very good at handling this without too many negative effects, because, you know, summoning power from the Sea of Souls with the new Chaos friends can be a bit of an issue. But Eldar...
Okay. He said, like, What did he say again? Less negative effects, but that means there's still negative effects, right? We'll see if they're negative parts. Okay.
An issue. But Eldar,
I'm
pretty
assuming
good at
there
it.
will
You
be
see, what's
negative
really
parts.
Cool and also awful about Warhammer is that most developed species travel long, faster than light distances by going through that warp. They create a tear in reality to unreality and move through it. Faster than light travel? Cringe. We go through hell itself to deliver your packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the nether is like a pocket dimension? So moving 10 spaces in the nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's basically what warp travel is. Just much like in the nether,
that makes sense.
there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so in between realities. Not regular reality, not the warp, something else. A purgatory of sorts, a fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp. The Eldar
that also makes sense. You have negative effects and you want to avoid those, so you find a solution.
With open arms and pointy ears. The empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now. The 21st century. That's right. While you were watching NPC streams on TikTok, the space elves were ruling the galaxy, and they did so for quite a long period of time.
Oh man, hell yeah.
The 21st century came and went. Humanity grew and grew all under the nose of their elf overlords. At this time, humans advanced, your classic sci-fi style way. We began to expand, colonize our solar system.
Colonization, oh my god, classic humans.
More powerful machines and starships. The age of Terra, also known as Earth, but we call it Terra here, was here. And existed between the 21st century all the way until the 15th millennia. Not much is known about this time, not much need.
Maybe a dumb question. What's a millennia again? Is millennia 1,000 years? Was that it? No, that's a wait, no, that's a century? Wait, no, century is something else. I feel dumb. Millennium is a period of 1,000 years. Okay. Wait, hang on. So we go from 21st century until the 15th millennia. Oh, so 15K. Okay, I got it now. Okay.
It's millennia. Not much is known about this time. Not much needs to be known. Humanity grew up, sought the stars. It's classic. Then came the years between 15,000 and 25,000.
He just said 15,000. Why? Oh my god, if I just listened.
The dark age of technology. This is
God
when
damn it.
humanity reached a new apex of technological understanding. When you think of sci-fi, there's a lot of things you can think of. Star Trek,
think of Gundam.
Star Wars style. You can go
Gundam.
Dystopian. The age of technology was deep sci-fi, like a scientific
AI-generated subs on Amazon are much worse. Yeah, these automatic subs are not great either.
Psychers began showing up in humanity.
Not bad though.
With the genetic mutation to be able to access the warp, and then because of that, travel through it. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind, and sent them out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. This
more colonization, okay.
The golden age of humanity. And with every...
Fucking, I hate Griffith so much. Fuck the guy.
This was truly the golden age of humanity. And with every golden age, there is a fall.
Ah, God, ah!
The galaxy, we're reaching new levels of
I hate the scene where Griffith goes like pure evil. I hate that scene.
Debauchery! Debauchery! What happens when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing. Need for farmers and workers? Gone. You have dominated the stars and have created a fast travel system that doesn't rely on the dangers of the warp. You have nothing else to do. You have
it sounds like you will be bored.
No problems, and feel as if there is nowhere else to go. Well, you begin to experiment. The Eldar started harmless enough.
Okay.
You take a serious interest in your species' culture. Your
oh
arts,
no.
Paintings, poems, plays. These are Eldar, elves. Remember? Their emotions are heightened, more powerful than us humans. So your plays get louder. They start to push on the limits of your hearing ability. Your music becomes different, more deranged. It pushes the boundaries of what is art. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more
Okay, this is already getting trippy. What the fuck? I mean, it also makes sense. If you already have everything, you're gonna see if, like, you can go further. You're gonna experiment. You're gonna see what is the actual limit, you know?
eccentric. And let's not forget a very important sense. Touch. Pornography is one thing. Brothels
Sorry,
is
huh?
another. What if they all mixed? What if your brothels were part of your art and music? And what if those became more deranged? The boundaries of debauchery were not just met, but shattered. Next thing you know, murder is commonplace and often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct of entertainment. Whatever
This is starting to
sensation
sound
you
really
can
fucked
have
up.
must be increased, must be enhanced, must be taken to the limits. The Eldar Empire slipped into a nightmarish realm of debauchery and excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the Webway, a black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as Kamara. Some Eldar saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped. So they boarded continent
And more debauchery, it sounds like they're just going evil, you know?
Empire, seeking a more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers. Some, those in Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them. All during
So wait, hang on, I'm pausing. So you're telling me the elves, like a part of them just became like masochists? Is that it? They just become obsessed with pain and just suffering and murder and everything? They can't die?
The warp.
I forgot about that
the
part, they
yang of
can't
the
die!
world was fed,
Say this,
fed
that's the
by
word, not
these
masochist,
emotions,
sorry.
by the psychic power of the Eldar, by the souls taken in these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slanesh, the fourth chaos god, was birthed into existence and consumed the souls of 90% of the Eldar population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the Webway and Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture and violence. But for the majority of the Eldar, their empire died with Slanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos god.
Okay,
who thirsts.
Head on, pause. She looks fucking sick, though. I love this design. Like, the wings with all the eyes, the claws, the thighs. Oh, what? Yo, same.
The god of unspeakable excess of pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection.
You know you love the tits being out. Shush! I didn't want to say that out loud!
Came the ruin of humanity.
Aw, man.
Slanesh's birth sent storms in the warp across the galaxy, making travel between star systems impossible. Coupled with a huge classic AI rebellion, as a staple in these sci-fi settings, humanity began to suffer the age of strife. Now, planets that relied on intergalactic travel were completely cut off. Long-range messages
that makes sense.
normally sent through the warp were snuffed out. If you were a planet that was great at mining stuff but couldn't get food, well, you know that movie about the rugby players in the mountains? Oh,
I don't know that
because
movie.
of these insane warp storms and fluctuations, psychers began to appear among the human population a bit more often. Now, this initially had them hunted down as witches, because that's pretty common in this setting, but some deemed it right to protect them. Unfortunately for those people, psychers, because they open a gateway to the warp, don't really know how to use their powers well, and they kind of attract demons who
nice.
force their way through the psyker as a conduit of sorts and begin to slaughter the population of your planet. The age of strife was a catastrophe.
I like that currently the Warhammer lore is just like, so you have these things and it gets better, but all of a sudden it just gets worse again, and then you get a solution again, but then it gets worse again, and then there's a solution again, and then it gets worse again. It's just a constant cycle of just, oh, we're doing pretty well, never mind, everyone's dying. Oh, we're doing pretty well again. Never mind, everyone is getting corrupted. But I wonder how the Emperor came to be, you know? Way later? Okay.
Time for humanity and set back their progress tenfold over the not one, not two, but 5,000 year period. During this time, the age of humanity that we know began to form. Worlds equipped with large mechs for agriculture began to equip them with weapons to defend from alien and demonic invaders. Over 5,000 years, this became a custom and tradition, dubbing them as night worlds, a feudal society of honor-bound
Oh, he has
knights
little things on his
and
head.
gigantic robots that uphold the chivalric code to defend
Little
their
sign of like
worlds
age.
and honor. A group of
Can turn him up a
individuals
little
on
bit.
Mars,
Oh, is he still
after
quiet?
radioactively bombing their planet to become inhospitable to human life, ran their entire lives underground on the few life support systems keeping them alive. Those technicians who could work on the
See,
machines
this
and keep them
part I
operational
recognize what
were
I'm looking at.
revered, and over 5,000 years went from skilled members of society to full-blown priests. The cult mechanicus, or
I've seen these before. These are in Space Marines. Like sometimes before a mission, they're talking to the Space Marines and they have like a book open and then like, you know, and they have the skull. I recognize these guys.
tech priest to full-blown priests. The cult mechanicus, or tech
Mecha
priests
wizards.
of Mars,
Oh, they're
formed
mecha
in
priests.
the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine on the cult of the machine god. And on Earth, or Terra, techno-barbarian tribes waged war across the planet in a Mad Max style of blood and gore, until finally, a mysterious man who lived
Is this
in
the
shadows of
Emperor?
Terra for millennia finally revealed himself to the populace. His name was the
Emperor!
He
There he
deemed
is!
himself the Emperor of mankind. Where did he come from? I don't know. Why is he 10 feet tall and the most powerful psyker of all of mankind? I don't know. Why is he basically immortal? I don't know. Where'd Cotton Eye Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra.
Head on. Wait, you're gonna tell me this guy is 10 foot tall, handsome, almighty, immortal, and the strongest being in like Terra? Is that what you're telling me right now? That probably is why so many people are obsessed with him.
So he began the Unification Wars, where he and a very early version of the famous Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, reunited Terra
Space
under
Marines.
a single banner. With blood. Then, after
Ah,
taking over
classic.
Earth, he reunited the Thunder Warriors into the fucking dirt. This is where we
nice.
get the Imperium of Man, also known as the Imperium. The new faction headed by...
So, okay, now we get it. We had the hell thing, what was it called again? Imperium earlier, but Imperium is like, now I get it. Okay.
by the Emperor of Mankind, with a treaty signed with the cult mechanicus on
You will get to the
Mars
comment, don't worry.
spread
Yeah.
out and reunite humanity after the catastrophic Age of Strife. But first, the Emperor is going to need some smaller versions of himself. 20 of them, 18 of them, I meant, gene-crafted sons of the strongest human to ever live. All of them possess unparalleled
I like that he said
strategic
crafted,
power,
'cause, like, they're all,
intelligence,
like-
formidable strength and
they cannot give
size, a
birth,
real
right?
powerful force to unite
What was it again?
humanity
I don't
and
remember.
stop the chaos of the current galaxy. Speaking of chaos, you ever seen that image of that guy throwing the baby like a basketball? It's about what
Yeah.
happens. The Chaos Gods intervened and grabbed the 18 Primarch gestation pods and yeeted them across the galaxy at a whim everywhere they could.
Okay, I don't know if he's gonna explain it, so I'm just gonna quickly pause. Why did he go from 20 to 18? Like, did two of them, like, turn bad or something?
Could
Predicted?
possibly go. A
Ugh.
galactic game of keep away. So the Emperor had to get them back. So begins the Great Crusade.
They eliminated two
a
legions?
crusade
Ah,
across
we
the
don't talk about them?
stars to
Okay,
reunite
okay.
Not just humanity, but the Emperor with his fallen sons. The first to be found was Horus. One of the strongest and most
What was
noble
that?
sons. The Emperor carried with him a legion of newly crafted warriors with genetic material made from their Primarch father. These are the newly
Space
named
Marines!
Space Marines.
I know them.
For Horus, his were the Luna Wolves. And as the Emperor continued
That sounds
on
sick,
his
though.
great crusade, he found more and more of his sons, reuniting
There's a
them
thing that happens
with
in
their
40K.
individual Space Marine legions.
I just know that
Leman Russ,
females
the
are, like,
cunning
rare or
hunter
something.
with the Space Wolves. Rogel Dorm, the Phalanx with the Imperial Fists. Angron, the Barbarian, the very angry with his World Eaters. Fulgrim, the Perfect with his Emperor's Children. And Jagatai Khan, the Swift, the Stoic, and his white scars. Those were just some of the 18, and one by one his lost Primarch sons were returned to him, and their Space Marine legions returned to them. The Great Crusade saw humanity once again reconquer the stars, returning worlds of humanity back to the Imperium and killing any and all who stood against their noble crusade. But in
Damn.
the years of the 31st millennia, treachery would break this all apart.
Men, we don't know what we did.
Horus,
Ah,
the
heresy,
Emperor's
here
most
we go.
beloved and favored sons, named War Master for the Crusades, succumbed to the power of chaos and daddy issues.
Hang on, I did not expect the daddy issue part, but of course, classic, we're going back to chaos again. Classic. I'm starting to notice a pattern, you know?
All because of that bastard Erebus. Yo, fuck Erebus. Slowly,
Fuck him. I don't know what he did, but fuck him.
Turning the Emperor's sons against him. This begins the most pivotal moment
Yeah, all of
in our
daddy
story,
issues.
and the
Whoa,
one
Emperor.
that has like 50 books written about it. The
Damn.
Horus Heresy. 9 of the 18 Primarchs turned against the Emperor, and the following years were a bloody battle for the throne of Terra. The Emperor originally was working on a special webway project, just like the Eldar, to make faster-than-light travel significantly easier and safer. Really improve humanity to allow them to conquer the stars without the risk of the warp. Well, this big red idiot named Magnus kind of blew a hole into that. Literally and figuratively. So Biggie over there is stuck on a gigantic golden throne.
That was it! He's like, is this the coma part? I'm sorry, I keep pausing. This is the part where he's stuck on a chair in a coma and he's slowly rotting.
Holding back the oncoming rush of demons and powering the Astronomicon. Basically a big North Star for people who are sailing in the warp to help them navigate.
Okay, gotcha.
The Horus Heresy saw many loyalist and traitor legions pitted against each other in a bloody war until it reached Terra itself. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship, the
But he can
Vengeful
teleport?
Spirit. The
Well,
Emperor,
he has
unable
psychic
to
fins. Never mind.
truly kill his most beloved son, changed his mind right quick when Horus strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius.
Oh, no!
I'm sure you've seen this image at some point. The Emperor then
Damn.
said, "I'm not gonna sugarcoat it," and proceeded to psychically blast Horus into complete oblivion, killing not only his body, but also his soul.
That's sick.
Horribly wounded from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind. There he sits.
That's the image I've seen
slowly
before.
dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the Golden Throne. The only thing keeping him alive is feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day. This
Every day?
was 10,000 years ago. We are now in the 41st
Holy, that's a lot of
millennium,
souls.
modern day. Warhammer 40,000.
Guys, we did it! We're there!
The Emperor remains
up to date!
on his
Oh my
throne.
God.
The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire, a fascist, xenophobic cult.
You said the
that
number
worships the
40K.
Emperor
Oh
as
my
a
God,
deity,
you did it.
despite him never wanting to be seen as a god. Over the span of 1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy,
Hang on.
the
Okay,
church
question, because I already forgot the dates. So, the Emperor set down a day, and then every day it's 1,000 people being sacrificed up until 40K, because that's where we're at. That's a lot of fucking dead people. Psychers, sorry, not people. I'm sorry. Psychers. I need to get used to the terms. It's a lot of terms, it's a lot of information, it's a lot of names. It's a lot.
of 1 million worlds, the ecclesiarchy, the church of the Emperor, is spread throughout. Inquisitors with unparalleled power root out any
There's the
sign
floating
of
baby
heresy
fin!
or lack of devotion to their god Emperor. The other half of the traitor legions move about as Chaos Space Marines.
Okay, but they look
raiding
sick.
and pillaging the Imperium, while the loyalist
They look
half
fucking
does their
cool.
best to keep the Empire alive. All throughout this, they must endure
Orcs!
orc invasions, Eldar trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great Devourer, the newest tyrannid threat from the darkness between galaxies.
Oh my
that
God,
has
finally!
arrived to feast on their worlds.
I love those.
The theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and intolerance. Every major faction in Warhammer has had an empire that spanned the galaxy only to be crushed back to a hollow shell of what they once were due to their own failings. Culture the arts, personal freedom,
Yeah.
religious tolerance. The simple possibility that alien life might not want to kill us is considered heretical and is often met with a pistol to the head. There is no time for these things. All there is time for is worship of the God Emperor and
Emperor.
a million wars to be
Emperor is
fought.
great.
To
For the
be a
Emperor. Oh my
human
God.
in the 41st millennia is 99% of the time to live a horrible existence. To be one of trillions of other humans across a million worlds throughout the galaxy. A galaxy where AI is outlawed, so humans are repurposed and lobotomized to become slaves. A place where lack of devotion is met with death. And if you even have devotion, there's
I
a
don't know
good
what
chance
those are, but
the
those look
threats to
sick.
the galaxy, chaos, and aliens will kill you anyway. Warhammer is a world where you revel in being bad. There are protagonists, there are antagonists, but every faction is some shade of evil. Because playing the bad guys is always more fun. And my friend, you have a selection. So pick up that las gun soldier. You and the other 3
Can I be a
million
tyrant?
men and women in this single deployment on this single world in this single battle will now show them the might of the God Emperor. That weapon in your
Wait,
hands
Tyrannus is not
has
the Emperor,
killed
never mind.
99% of the alien populations in this
Never
galaxy.
mind.
Unfortunately for you, soldier, you're fighting the final 1%. May the Emperor be with us. Glory to the first man to die, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Nice. You know, that's a tough life. As the video suddenly got really loud. Oh my god. Sparky, how turns you into them? Oh, Sparky! Oh my god. I mean, Sparky would be a Terranid. Oh my god. Emperor! Love that guy. That was a very good video. It was very easy to take in. It's just a lot of information. Holy shit. Then again, it's like 40k years, you know, so that makes sense. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you guys for being here.